What's good, YouTube? It's Troy back again with another 2K video, and today I'm going to give y'all a list of things I would like to see added or changed about this game going into next year. Things I think that can make this game better. I'm not going to sit here and give y'all the same run-of-the-mill things that everybody else is going to say, like make VC cheaper, make builds cheaper, get rid of the city, this, that, and the other. Instead, I'm going to give you actual solutions and ideas that I think can be applied properly that will help everybody. Whether you have money to spend to play, don't have money to spend, whether you got plenty of time to play, whether you don't have plenty of time to play. Because at the end of the day, people want to play this game because they love basketball, they love playing with their friends, you know, it's fun. And at the end of the day, the fun is the priority, and with fun comes, comes price. Entertainment's not cheap, it's not free. Everybody knows that, we understand that, but at the end of the day, you can do things that will entice people to want to stay and play and give this game longevity throughout the year. And I just think it's a win for everybody. So let's get it started with time relations. For people that, don't have a ton of time to play and they just want to hop on and, play online with their friends, and you ain't got to sit there and spend 2-3 hours or whatever. Also, I'm gonna grind out this street ball in the 6-9 while I tell you all of this. More VC per game. If you go into rec and you have a perfect game, you can make upwards of 1,400, 1,500 VC. While that's not a bad number, it's not a lot considering how much time it takes to play a rec game, right? Rec games take you 30-35 minutes, sometimes longer if it goes into overtime, and not everybody, has that time. But more importantly, the VC that it costs in order to get boosts so you can play at your best. If you buy all 6 boosts and your 3 Gatorades, that's going to run you, what, 2 times 6, 12, that's 2,700 VC a game. That's a lot of VC to spend, and you're only getting half of that back at best. So I think they need to up the amount of VC you can earn. If it costs about 2,700 VC worth of boost just to play one game, you should be able to max out at about 3,000, I think. Cinematics. For the love of God, please take cinematics out the game, or at least give us the option to turn it off, right? The last thing anybody wants to do is sit there and wait to listen to some, people talk, and you're just trying to get in, get your drill done, and get out of there. Like, we know the city's going to be back. We know we're going to have to travel everywhere. Like, that's just what 2K's become, but at least give us the option to save some of our time. Like, we don't want to sit there for 2 minutes before the drill starts listening to somebody talk. And not everything they allow you to, or not everything you listen to, they allow you to skip with by holding X. Not all of it. In my opinion, you can just throw a setting in the menu like they used to have back in the day, skip the stories, cinematics, cutscene, whatever you want to call it. Cut down on the added time wasted, please. Like, it's just unnecessary. Another thing, offline game modes within my career. You get your daily, quests and, the street ball stuff, but, they need to add more things similar to, starting 5, where you can just, go into a game or whatever it is, to play 3v3 offline that's not in the street ball, kind of like in the Pro-Am thing, like full court 3v3, kind of like domination or whatever in my team. Just give us more game modes and more things to do to earn VC in my career offline. Not everything needs to be online. Not everybody wants to play online. So, add some more things we can do offline for VC and badge progression. Things that we can run continuously. Like the street ball court, you can play this continuously over and over and over again just to grind it out, which is fine, but there's no real fun element to it. It's you're just doing the same thing over and over and over again, and eventually it just gets old really fast. The turbo bar. Please, if you're gonna, I understand the turbo bar or whatever, people that, especially ball handlers, are gonna want it, but you can do something else other than locking it behind a rep reward at starter 2 or whatever it is. It's just, it takes a really long time to get there. And if you don't have, let's see, I've got 752 hours on this game. I stopped playing after Season 2, just picked it up recently. But I never even hit Starter 2 yet, so I still don't have the permanent bar. I have to go work out, which is fine, but like when you're hopping on with your friends, you don't want to have to say, oh yeah, hold on, give me 5 minutes to go do this Gatorade workout. Like, nobody wants to have to wait. Like, you just want to hop into a game and get it rolling. So if you could put that in a quest, as a quest reward or something, like how you earn, like, you know, your badge perk or your takeover perks and stuff like Sponge and Accelerator, do something like that with the turbo meter. It doesn't need to be some like premium reward or whatever just to save time. Like, it's not that serious, in my opinion. Right. Next stage, we're gonna go through my career, my player changes that I think will definitely help out everybody. 1, animations. For the love of God, please stop locking animations behind rep. And also, don't be adding old animations seasonally. If you're going to add things season to season, make it an animation or stuff that's not been in 2K yet. Like, give us new things, that's fine, but don't, like, you shouldn't have to wait 7 seasons for Zach Levine's layup or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't have to wait several amount of months for a specific animation. Like, everything should be unlocked at the start of the game. Not unlocked, but accessible at the start of the game. And if you want to add brand new animations that haven't been in 2K yet, that's fine. Add that season to season, but don't bring in stuff that we've seen before in seasons 5, 6, 7. It's a waste of time. It's aggravating me. Next thing is badges. 2 things that we definitely don't want to see anymore is badge regression, because that stuff hits really hard. Like, you don't use a badge for 1 game, that badge is going to drop way faster than it upgrades by using it once a game. I just think it's a waste of people's time, and it's borderline, like, false advertisement almost. Like, and another thing, don't make it to where, like in 23, where you had certain points and you had to allocate it to certain badges. We don't want that either. Allow us to unlock every single badge we have and max it out, and then once it's maxed out, it's maxed out. Like, we don't have to go there and just like have to retool it. It gets old, it's annoying, it's just unnecessary, and we just don't need it. Allow us to unlock our badges, keep our badges, so that way, you know, when we use our badges, they're there. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've had to upgrade back down Punishers to the point where I just completely removed the post game from my offense on my other player, because it's like it's not like I just think it's dumb to have to force somebody to use a badge in order for it to stay. Like, you're not promoting good gameplay. You're telling people that it's okay to go take a stupid shot or do something just so that badge stays activated. You know, the community is very poor in this game, and you're just adding fuel to that fire when it's just not, it's something that could just be avoided completely. Get rid of badge regression. Don't force us to lock in badges. Like, just allow us to upgrade and unlock everything that's capable. Otherwise, what's the point of having the ability to stat out a player perfectly? Like, if you want certain badges at bronze just for that capability, that's fine. That's how it should be. Boosts. I have no problem with boosts. Keep it in the game. Keep it expensive. I don't care. But, and of course I'm getting a phone call. Allow us to have a setting that we can turn on or whatever, so that way we're not using our boost offline, because there's nothing more annoying than when you go buy your 10-pack and then you end up running 2 rec games because everybody's got to get off, and now you're sitting here with 8 boosts, and then you're like, okay, I just spent 15,000 VC. I don't want to go play offline and waste all my boosts in the street ball court. So why don't you just allow us to have a setting to where we can either A, lock the boosts so they're not getting used, or just have a setting to where it only uses it online or whatever. Just give us some option to where we're not wasting boosts. Level 40 rewards. Floor setters are cool, and I think they're very helpful, but I think you could definitely make that like a level 10 or 15 and a level 30 reward instead. Level 40 reward needs to be something that's more impactful, more permanent. Me personally, I would like to see a +1 attribute. So, and not just a +1 attribute, but a +1 attribute that affects badge unlocks. So say I make a build with 93 driving dunk or whatever. I hit level 40, I take that +1, I put that +1 in the driving dunk. Now I have 94 driving dunk. I can unlock Gold Posterizer and Hall of Fame Slither, I believe. I think that'd be a good reward. So, you know, if you got 9 seasons or whatever, you can add a +9 to your build. And I also think this boost should not affect whether or not your player caps at that attribute based on the build. Like, to me, the shooting should not go down because of your wingspan. If anything, it's helping you because the longer your arms are, the harder it's going to be to block your shot. So to say wingspan should make your shooting worse doesn't make a lot of sense, but they're probably not going to change the way the builder is in that regard. So allow us to put +1. So if I have a build that caps, say my 6'9" right here, it caps at 80 ball handle. Well, I would like to get to 85 because that's where you get a lot of the quick, the quick launches. So if I, play 5 seasons and I get all the way to level 40 in all those seasons, I should be able to put a +5 into my ball handling, and that should affect whatever badges it can affect. Make those permanent, and I think it's a great reward. And a generic +1's cool, but without it giving you the actual badge unlocks, kind of waters it down, because, badges are king. That's all that really matters in this game is badges. The actual stat numbers themselves don't mean anything. Now to get on to gameplay-related issues. They have got to fix latency next year. Playing offline in my career, this game truly does feel like a next-gen experience, but more times than not, when you go off or online, it's so much harder to trigger certain dribble animations, and the game just doesn't feel as smooth, especially when you're playing on crossplay. There's like that delay, or you'll go left and then your dude will take 2 seconds before he moves. It makes the game virtually unplayable, so you have got to get latency fixed. And if possible, I say make the game 90 hertz, even 120. 60, 60's good, but if it's going to be a true next-gen experience, like add the, we have the hardware to be able to utilize that power. Let's, make the game run at 90 frames instead of 60. 90's better than 60, and 120's even better than that. But at least 90, I would say, would be a good sweet spot. I feel like it would work good in a sports game. Just makes everything a little more fluid. Makes it a little easier to see that cue on your release. Makes it a little easier to, whatever. Everything's more fluid, more stable. I think that would help everybody. Next thing is we gotta balance the gameplay out. I like the fact that they've added all these new moves and things, and I know everything's gonna have a meta, and certain things are gonna work better than others. But if you use the moves to their properly, every move should be somewhat effective, right? If you got stuff that unlocks at 80 ball handle, like the moves shouldn't be worse than moves that unlock at 70 ball handle and stuff like that. Like, balance it out, like Jamal Murray, right? 85 ball handle, and people just sit behind screens, left, right, shoot. I get that's the meta, but like we need something more fun than that, right? Balance everything out. Jamal Murray can still be effective, but it doesn't need to be giving 10 feet of space left and then 10 feet of space right while dude's just getting folded over by a screen. It's not real basketball. It's not fun. It's boring to watch. It's why the 2K League's dying, and nobody wants to watch it because it's just a terrible product. So yeah, make more moves usable and balance everything out, you know? We don't need to have one single move being the only move that people use. It's just, it gets old. And lastly, for gameplay issues, the ball warps and like the steal nonsense has got to stop. There's nothing worse than when you go to cross over, and so you crossing over right to left, and then all of a sudden the ball just warps back into the right hand, and then you get plucked. Like the suction steals have got to go. Just anything related to ball handling with the ball warping. Like when somebody goes and they try to like cross in front of you and they're like dribbling through your body and then the ball just like shoots out. Please get rid of all of that. At the end of the day, the fun needs to be brought back into these games. You can still have your meta elements and certain things be better than others, but we need balance. We need fun. And more importantly, we got to be able to cater to everybody who plays this game. Not everybody, you know, has 12 hours a day to dedicate to this game. And you shouldn't also have to just throw your wallet away to get everything, you know? Reward players for playing the game, and that will, in itself, will entice people and make them want to spend money on your game. If you're just saying, hey, look, pay me or you know, kick rocks, like, you're going to lose people that way. Allow people to grind offline, and then when they see like how much fun it is, and they go play online, they're like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna buy a little VC. I'm gonna support something that's fun and something I can believe in. But when you have, you know, when you're saying like, you know, pay to play, you're just gonna lose a lot of fans, or you're gonna lose a lot of your player base. Like you're not gonna have people that stick around all throughout the year, because once it gets, you know, past February and such, people aren't gonna want to spend money. They're not going to want to spend full price on something that's 6 months old, right? Like, you're not going to go drop $50 on VC to make a new build when a new game is coming out in a couple of months. Like, that just doesn't work that way. And I'm not saying you got to cut your VC prices, but just give people more options and more ways to unlock VC. I think that about covers it all. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments below. I appreciate y'all watching the video, as always. And I will see y'all next time. Peace.